Okay, so let's talk about the Nintendo Switch. Presentation came on Thursday. I stayed up. Well, I was watching the movie. I was in the middle of watching the movie. Ouija. Both movies, fucking good movies. But that's tangent to this video. I've been loyal to Nintendo since the NES. Like I grew up on the NES. Every Nintendo console I get, I'd be super stoked about a release from Nintendo. When they announced the Switch, I was excited. Even back then, I told myself I'm not getting it on a release date. But watching this presentation, I just wanted to see what it was going to offer. And I was like so disappointed. After the presentation, I went on Twitter. I went to like the Amazon video game forums to see how people felt, if they felt the same way. It surprised me, like a lot of people felt how I felt about the presentation. Just being lackluster, man, like underwhelming. Just they didn't give us much other than Zelda. They didn't give us much. I'ma tell you what I liked about it, and then saving all my dislikes about it. What I liked about it, of course, it's a new Nintendo system. Portable, handheld, hybrid console. I'm not gonna say it seems like Nintendo went back to their roots, but is like basically all I can say is it's a new Nintendo system. You know how we get excited. I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I'm loyal to Nintendo, but I'm not a fanboy. If I hear somebody crucifying Nintendo, I'm not gonna give my life up for Nintendo just to, you know what I'm saying, save theirs. But other than it being a new Nintendo system, we don't know anything about it. I've read that they put their specs on Nintendo.com, so I haven't checked that out yet. But they didn't say anything in the presentation about specs. Like internal hardware, screen resolution. I believe they already announced the screen size, but get into the dislikes, because this is really what the video is about. Because like I say, I was not impressed with the presentation whatsoever. They showed off the Joy-Cons. Basically, they're just updated Wiimotes. Me personally, I hate motion controls. Fucking hate it with a passion. All that consents on your hand and the cup, the glass with the eyes. I don't give a fuck about none of that, to be honest. I really don't. That was kind of throwing me off right there. And then that game that they showed, don't be embarrassed. A lot of people, just like myself, thought it was Red Dead Redemption 2. But what the fuck is a 1-2 switch? Like, you don't even have to look at the screen. Nintendo, ever since the Wii, they just been too gimmicky. When I play a game, I want to look at the screen. And you know, with the Wii U, with the gamepad, you don't have to look. I want to look at the TV screen. Like, I understand the gamepad got a screen, but if it isn't, it's portable. If it's not meant to be portable, I want to look at the TV screen. If I invest $300 in the system, why would I want to look at somebody face to face over something I just spent $300? I can go buy a board game and we can play that. Like that one. If it appeals to you, then I'm not judging you. It doesn't appeal to me. It sounds stupid. That other game, Arms, it looked somewhat interesting. the whole Stretch Armstrong, Mr. Fantastic shit. It looked like it was developed by Capcom, but it wasn't. It still got the whole motion controls, but just for that alone, they won't see none of my money. Basically, really, they're not going to see none of those two games, because I'm gonna tell you about that 1-2 switch. That shit reminds me of Nintendo Land that came with the Wii U. Like, it just basically it should come with the console for free, to be honest. It's like I said, if somebody buy it, then that more power to you. I'm not gonna look at you any differently. It's not for me. The Joy-Cons, those two games, like I said, they didn't announce the specs or anything. They didn't say anything about Virtual Console. They showed how the UI looks. They didn't say anything about Virtual Console. They said the online services is going to be free until fall. I don't have a problem with that, because you know PS4 and Xbox, you have to pay for that. But they didn't say anything, man. They showed us a whole bunch of games afterwards, but they didn't say what's going to be available for launch. That Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey, that had me sold. Like, even before they showed that trailer, when they first did the Nintendo Switch presentation, what, about 3-4 months ago, when they showed the girl playing in her living room, they showed Mario running. I was hooked then. I just didn't know what it was going to be. Was it going to be a 3D world or anything? So we know it's Super Mario Odyssey. He's out of the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, he's in New York. If you grew up during the 90s watching the Super Mario Brothers cartoon, it's on Netflix too, you would know that Mario is from Brooklyn. Mario's in New York. The only problem I had with that, when they had actual real people, like, they should have had people that look like Mario. Like, you understand the Sonic Adventure, when he went into the real world, like, he's a fucking hedgehog. Mario's a human, but he's cartoonish, and he had real fucking people with suits and ties on, briefcases, and Mario is, but that's not gonna stop me from getting it, because that game looked fucking fantastic. The graphics, it was detailed. You see the details in his overalls, in his jumpsuit. But when they said fall 2017, I'm sorry, fall 2017, I thought it was going to be a launch title. So I wasn't going to get the Switch on launch date anyway, just because I don't want to jinx Nintendo, because the past few Nintendo consoles that I did get on launch date, the console never did well, and I just thought I'd bring them bad luck. So I say, I don't want to bring the Switch bad luck, so I'm just going to wait either 6 months to a year to get it. And since the game that I really want, that I saw that appealed to me, was Super Mario Odyssey, and it comes out in the fall, hell, I might as well wait. So need to get it now. I have enough games already to keep me occupied. Like, I pay my new 3DS XL more than anything. But this is Nintendo. I thought of this before I decided to do this video. Like I say, the NES was my first console, and I can put it in terms like this. Nintendo kind of I look at Nintendo like a parent, because all through my childhood I turned to Nintendo. NES, Super NES, Game Boy, Nintendo 64. All throughout my whole childhood, Nintendo was there. I didn't game on anything besides Nintendo. my first non-Nintendo, well, I did get a Dreamcast, but I got the GameCube after that. But Nintendo was always my go-to system. Every time I spent countless of hours on Nintendo, so you can say that they was like a parent to me. And you know, when you're younger, your parent take care of you. Then as yourself, when you get older, you have to take care of your parents. So you have to take care of Nintendo and just tell them what's up, and tell them that all this gimmicky motion controls, this shit's not working. Kids aren't the only people that's playing Nintendo systems. Gamers like myself, I'm not gonna tell you my age, if you already know. But core game, just say older gamers, like people in their 30s and early 40s, they still play Nintendo because that's what they grew up on. That's what we love. That's why I say I'm loyal to Nintendo. But they didn't handle this presentation right. They didn't give us enough information. No launch titles, nothing to look forward to. But that's me personally, and there's a lot of people out there feel how I feel too. I'm not gonna bash any of you out there who gonna get it on launch date. If 1-2 Switch and ARMS appeal to you, I'm not gonna call you any names. If that's what appeals to you, then more power to you. You're getting Switch on launch date, more power to you. I just got $300 I can save, and damn, mine just went blank just now. And I hope that it doesn't flop. A lot of people reading people comments, they say they know the Switch is gonna flop. Nintendo is doomed. I don't wish that on people unless they really done something devastating to me. Then I probably would say that, but Nintendo hasn't done anything to me besides doing handling when they were that NES Classic, how they handled that. Like, it fucking made me upset, but that isn't enough for me to say I hope Nintendo fucking go bankrupt. I hope the Switch flop harder than the Wii U. I have a Wii U. I had fun with a Wii U, with my Wii U. I'm not wishing bad on Nintendo. They could have done this better. There's going to be more games announced later in the future. E3 coming up, and who knows what titles we can see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I'm getting Mario. We know it's a Mario Kart coming. Hopefully we can get some of those first party Nintendo games that we grew up on. Metroid. Hopefully we can get us another Star Fox, F-Zero. Like, fuck it, bring back Blast Corps or something. Just anything. I hope Nintendo, I hope they know what they're doing with this. Just be patient. That's the best thing to do, is be patient. Just wait and see where it goes from here. Later this year, like I say, I will be getting a Switch. It's Nintendo, so if you don't like it, you know you can always resell it. People are going to buy Nintendo. That's one thing about Nintendo. It is a good keepsake. But that, as for like the presentation, I'm about to end this video. The presentation, we didn't get enough. It left me and a lot of more people with more questions than answers. And I'm not getting it on launch date. I'm stoked about Super Mario Odyssey. I know Zelda is going to do well, but I know it's probably going to sell out on launch date. But the presentation didn't do anything for me to say like, oh, I must get that on March 3rd. It didn't do that for me. The translation, I didn't get into that, but the translation was bad. I just hope Nintendo knows what they're doing. I don't want to be like I'm completely through with Nintendo, because like I say, some of my fondest memories are from Nintendo. But I'm just gonna end the video on that. Let me know what you thought about the presentation. Are you getting the Switch? Are you not getting it? What you thought about the launch titles, Super Mario Odyssey, any future games that you want to see from Nintendo, how you think Nintendo is handling this whole situation. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed, comment and share, and until the next time, I'll see y'all on my next video.